One talented artist stated, "No money for poor people, yeah. Not just financial-wise, mentality-wise." And for these two young men that are about to give a statement, and they were also about to witness, it goes for them. Life is finished.
What brought us here is we are suspects to a kidnapping and murder case, which we were arrested by a professional anti-kidnapping squad, as I say. So the way the whole thing happened, the entire thing, the way it happened, if I should explain from A to Z, the victim, which is my associate's old-time school friend, they were, we wanted to bring the guy to my own apartment. So we tried to convince him, and the guy, the first time we attempted to bring him, we sent him transport to come, and then he said he was coming on the. We actually wanted to kidnap him, have him kidnapped, and demand ransom from his parents. And then my friend.
Whose idea was that? Your idea or his idea?
It was his idea. Why it was his idea was, if I had someone to bring, I will. But the guy the victim was his own idea, because they were the one that knew each other from past. So he told me, he said the family is from the guy is from a very rich family that they can bring up to 200 million naira.
17 years old, strangulated by friends in Lagos. Tragedy struck in Lagos after 17-year-old Thompson Adams Omokafe was kidnapped and killed by two suspects identified as his friends. Yo, telling you right now, man, for any victim out there, majority of the time, it's someone they know that's the offender. It's a sad situation. Just gotta watch out for the people around your circle. That's all it is, man. That's the story to take out of this case. They are Elijah Emmanuel, 23, and Tony Oganata, 21. The suspects reportedly lured the teenager to an apartment in Awoyaya. Forgive me with that pronunciation, I won't lie. They say I'm Oyibo in my pronunciations, but I'm sure I've come across this place before, in Ibejuleki, Awoyaya, where he was strangled before his body was dumped in a canal. Oh boy. Look, so this is the snap they sent to the family during the ongoing such tragic plan, man. I go package 150M if you need them healthy and sound. 150M is about $150,000, man. So they said that, if you want them healthy, if you want them to stay alive, you need that. They want the family to wire the money. And the sad thing about this is that they already started planning the killing before, reaching out to the family. Like, that was a plan. The offender stated in the video, we're going to watch the video soon, but they were talking about they initially didn't plan on killing him, which is false, man. But they gathered multiple weapons to use as force to try and pressure him to give money. So clearly that was the other alternative if they didn't receive the money. So it says they were later arrested in Ikorodu after reportedly demanding ransom from the victim's family. The heartbreaking incident has sparked calls for justice and greater awareness on youth-related crimes. So yeah, that was the picture updated earlier on. So MC Totori wrote, "From exam hall to death trap." So yeah, like the offender, right? They knew of this victim previously. They went to school together. I think they said one of the offenders was a classmate of his. And he was planning, he wrote an exam, from exam hall to death trap, how a teen was brutally betrayed and killed in Lagos. A 17-year-old Thompson Adams Omokafe was reportedly abducted and killed shortly after finishing his 2026 UTME in Lagos. What should have been a moment of relief turned into horror when he was allegedly lured by two former classmates, Elijah Emmanuel, 23, and Tony Oganata, 21. The suspects reportedly kidnapped and demanded a ransom of $150 million from his family, but later collected about $200,000. Chicken change, $200,000. You kill someone over $200. Can you imagine? See life. You wasted a life for $200. They never burn your papa and your family well. That's it. Shockingly, even after receiving the money, they allegedly strangled him to death because he could identify them. His lifeless body was said to have His lifeless body was said to have been stuffed into a bag and dumped in a canal in Awoyaya, Bejuleki. The Lagos State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of both suspects. A chilling case of betrayal, greed, and the deadly consequences of the get-rich quick mentality. That's what it is in this life, in this Lagos, man. I've been told time and time again that people ain't really your friends, man. They're out there to benefit one way or the other. It's survival of the fittest, you know. Only the wise and the strong-minded survive here. Like, for the average person, it's not easy, and it's, I would say it's convincing to not live an honest life, because with the lack of opportunities here and, you know, cost of living with people, you know, barely even making up to 50,000 a month, depending on the job, like, you're going to be obviously influenced into committing such activity. And you're not even just not even committing the activity, but being at risk of being associated by others who are influenced by these sort of movements. So that's already one thing to worry about. Your finances and your security. No matter where you are in Lagos, what I've seen is that there is a high level of security, and it's because of these reasons here. You could be in the islands. I don't even know too much of locations in islands, but you could be somewhere nice and police would just come out of nowhere on the side of the road and stop you, do a search. And now I kind of understand, because 17 years old boy, what is your business trying to, you know, extort money off a kid like that? Classmates as well. Sadly, this guy is just another statistic of the activity that happens in Lagos. I can't mistake that this video this case will provide awareness for people to stay safe, because this was his friend, you know, and this is an ongoing, constant scenario since before I even started coming to Nigeria. So it's like, when will it stop? Let's go watch the video. Just look at that, man. No love, man. Those guys were never his friends. They just wanted to benefit off the guy, because what, he lived in islands and it looked like he was enjoying life. They said they believed his family was rich, so that was the purpose. Like, look at that. They stripped him off his clothes, tied a bandana around his mouth, and they had cutlass apparently. So yeah, let's go into Reddit. So this is a little forum of people discussing about the matter. 17-year-old boy killed by former classmate and friend after he was kidnapped for ransom. The suspects, identified as Elijah Emmanuel, 23, and Tony Oganata, 21, lured Thompson Adams Omokafe to their apartment, where they strangled him and later dumped the body in a canal in Awoyaya, Ibejuleki I guess it was before collecting the ransom, innit? You can't even call it a ransom, because they received the money and still went into action to end his life. So I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about. Initially, they didn't want to harm him. Can't believe this shit, man. This is wicked.
The victim, which is my associate's old-time school friend, we sent him transport to come. We actually wanted to kidnap him, have him kidnapped and demand ransom from his parents. He said the family is from, the guy is from a very rich family that they can bring up to 200 million naira, which I said, okay, if you think 200 million is sure, which I said 200 million is a bit much, but how about if you are very sure of 200 million?
So was he really your friend? Was he really your associate's friend, or your associate's, let's say, cattleman, your associate's foul meat, man? Because some people here, like, one thing my mom told me here is that death is cheap, man. If you want to die, just quick, like life, like death. I mean, death is promised for sure, but it's like, if you want a short-lived life, just come to this side, you know what I mean? Come to this country, because it's very cheap, man. Cheaper than, you know, it's easier than, you know, succeeding. Because what I've seen here, man, this is another human being, 17 years old. No human emotion, man. Like, for someone to think, just wake up one day and start planning to kill a kid, man, or to kill another human being, you must have been through something serious, man. You must have lost all hope in life. Like, another thing I was thinking about is that they came to make music, right? Instead of them to uplift one another and create some beauty, you know, to raise what's going on, the difficulties in this country, decide to create another cause and create another reason why people should side-eye coming to Nigeria. It's ridiculous. Like, clearly these two guys didn't believe in their music, because they're both artists, right? They came to make music, so you didn't think your music was gonna pop and like make you some money, so you decided to, you know, use that as an opportunity to kidnap and hold someone for ransom, with the conclusion of, you know, ending his life. So it's like, They knew those two offenders clearly knew their life was wasted, so they wanted to waste someone else's life. That obviously looked like they were clearly going somewhere in life. So that's what it is.
How about we cut it down to 150? He said, okay, but that's no problem. But at first, the intention wasn't to kill him. When the victim came to the house, my associate, being his old-time friend, welcomed him, and they talked about how they used to be together in army cantonment together. So myself and my associate agreed that I should go inside, and our music was playing. We were playing music, loud music that day. So myself and my associate agreed that I go inside and bring out our weapons, which mine was a cutlass and his was a stick. Nailed that nails. So when I came out, my own job that day was to say words to scare the victim and put fear in his body, to inject fear in his body. At first we were both scared and panicking too, but then when we noticed that we were successfully injecting fear to the victim's body, we became like more in control. So when we had him changed to the ground, we made videos and took pictures of him, which was intended to send to his family. And then when we made the whole video, my associate called me inside the room, and
one thing that's scary about this statement is that the guy is just speaking with no stutter, so calmly. I'm telling you, man, don't be deceived by someone's soft and calming voice. They can be the devil. And it shows here, look at that, no shaking. Look at two of them. It's because maybe they know their life is at stake, their life is already ended. So they're probably dead inside. They've accepted death, they've already accepted what's to come.
Told me, he said,
can you imagine?
Tony, we have all the videos and pictures we need now. But as I mentioned, this guy is a friend of mine from long years back, and he knows me, he knows my auntie, he knows everything about me, he knows my family, which if we let him go, he will definitely bring his people to and that will leave a trace to
so they know him, your family. What's gonna happen
and if they have a trace to him, will also implicate myself, Anthony. So he said we should silence him, which means we should kill him, that we should not let him go. So now when we said, oh okay, that's thoughtful, and then he said we should go and kill him.
That is thoughtful. Let's go back to that. You should kill him over what?
We should silence him, which means we should kill him, that we should not let him go. So now when we said, oh okay, that's thoughtful, and
oh okay, that is thoughtful. Look at brain process of a guy who's in his 20s, man. That is thoughtful, man. They never born you well, that's it.
Then he said we should go and kill him. Then we both went inside, then he turned the light off. That's my associate. Then after he turned the light off, I went to the back, I went behind the victim and I held him from behind him. I choked him. And then I held him for around a minute, and I was feeling tired already, but he was still alive, but I was feeling tired. So I told my associate, that is the victim's friend, to hold him, to continue the choking, to hold him. So when he did, and the guy, we noticed that the guy is quiet already, which he was confirmed dead. So we had rope, which we used to tie the victim because he was too heavy, because he's not someone we can just lift and dispose. So we decided to tie him and put in the Ghana must go bag we bought earlier.
Can you imagine? Ghana must go bag. They went to go and fold body like that and throw in canal. They have no brain, man. I was told as well that these guys are like serial killers as well. I don't know how many bodies they have, but yeah, at least they've been caught now. That's all that matters. Let's see what people in Reddit have been saying. It's got 125 upvotes and 50 comments. So someone from Jamaica, USA, wow. This story has gone global. They said they did it because they were poor and thought it was a good way to get money. But these schemes usually backfire, like other property crimes. It's in property crimes, maybe like poverty crimes, the person's trying to state. They ended up damaging both the perpetrator and the community as a whole. Now, wealthy families who hear about this story will even be less inclined to send their children to that school and will want their own separate schools even more. Crimes like these only further the inequality that creates more poverty. It's ironic. That's what it is. These issues create a greater divide. Like the people who are raised into, Nepo babies, as they say, who are raised into, let's say, more fortunate families, like they could gel with the Lapo. I guess that's the term they use here, Lapo. And just, collab and exchange ideas and stuff, grow as a whole unit. instead of, isolation. But it's like, this definitely creates more further tension and more further, I guess, jealousy, crime, and whatever you want to call it. This person says property crimes. Please explain what this means. Does it mean property crimes or poverty? I really wanted to use this term, crimes of fortune, but that's not a real term. Basically, when you commit crimes against an individual or business to get money. Okay, rob, burglarize, scam, kidnap, for ransom, etc. This is not even, they wouldn't even just call this a property crime. This was a murder, man, premeditated murder. This crime discourages wealth from flowing into the community because people don't want to become victims. As soon as someone gets money or a good job, they look to move out of the community, taking the wealth with them. They move into richer communities that feel safer. So the poor community gets even poorer. You're not lying, man. It's the true reality. So someone says, Croc Zell says, damn, who do you even trust these days? It's getting more difficult to imagine raising kids in this country. Then Stock Ad responded saying, sometimes I laugh when people are invested in arguing that our problems stem from ethic or religious incompatibility. We cannot trust neighbor, friend, even relatives. We have become predators of each other. And this is really just another depressing example. To understand Nigeria, look at the motivation behind the scheme, the vainglorious and catastrophic execution, and the untidy aftermath. We are rolling down the hill into damnation, and there's no urgency about pumping the brakes, much less turning around. Murky Close says, hope they all get life in prison. Senseless crime. Please watch who you call friends. That's the moral of the story right there. I just want to say rest in peace to my guy, Thompson Adams. Wow. That is tragic. Can you imagine? All because of the love of paper, something that you print. The government literally owns this money. You're just another product of the government, man. Product of how they want you to behave and, take further control. Instead of you to do reasonable business or reasonable... I'm not even a fan. Let's say I'm not a fan of, doing all these frauds and stuff. Or I'm not going to condone it. And also, I don't condone, and I'm not a fan of, all these sort of crimes and money laundering, money scheme, get money fast schemes. But if you want to kill someone, that's not even... in no way, shape or form I condone all these money. In no way, shape or form I condone all these get money quick schemes at all. In no way at all I condone all these get money quick schemes, man. Like, if you want to kill someone, man, you shouldn't be thinking about money. That should be something, self-defense, that's what's legal, innit? If you're protecting yourself. Any other reason should not even be done. If you want to get money fast, like I said, I don't condone it, but there's 419 out there for you, bro. 419 is there. You got your computer. Use your brain to, be strategic and, manipulate people from abroad rather than your own local community members into getting money. It's not something I do, of course, but it's like, that's not harming. You're not harming an individual. You're not ruining families' lives forever. Changing generations. Who knows what Thompson could have been in this life? Only 17 years to live. Can you imagine? It's a sad situation, sad topic. I don't normally talk about these things. I know this is a new channel here, but I even have a previous channel and I don't, from time to time cover stories like this, but I just said I need to start, focusing on what's really happening in Nigeria. Whether it's spoken or unspoken, I need to touch surface on all these matters. And we go from there, but yeah. I don't know if this video has brought some weird energy, some weird vibe onto someone's day, but let's just hope, this helps people locate real proper friends, real good beneficial circles, because it's really rough out here. It's a zoo. You can't trust anybody. That's it. But yeah, thank God, for me, I'm fortunate enough, and blessed enough to be raised well and, to have the opportunity to leave this country if I want. So, obviously I'm still here for the meantime, but which is why I'm clearly touching on this subject, because I want to know more about Nigeria the crimes, you know, the businesses, just the lifestyle, everything. So, yeah, it's definitely affected me on a different scale. I honestly think I'm done talking about this video for today. I'm gonna keep updated on what's going on with this further case and probably create another video viewing the aftermath of this situation. But yeah, stay tuned for more videos. It's been your boy Egbero. I'm out this bit.